Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming to Living To Do's review of Winning Time, Episode 3. Before I get started, please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. And also, you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out there. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living To Do. So let's get started with the Winning Time review. This episode is called The Best Is Yet to Come. That's a perfect title for this episode because I sure hope so. I learned a lot about the Lakers in this episode, but it wasn't as exciting as the first episode. So hopefully, the new episodes coming um, on soon. I hope they're just as exciting as the first one. Okay, so we see in the first scene that Dr. Jerry Buss has Jerry West in his office, and he's yelling at him because he's mad at him because he's quit. Uh, he's going to quit the organization. He's not going to be the coach for the Lakers, and it's very last minute. So Jerry Buss is mad, yelling and screaming at him. He's also embarrassed because he did this in front of a meeting with other employees, so he's really embarrassed by that. And it's right before the training camp, 3 weeks before training camp, Jerry West decided to quit coaching. And I wonder if Jerry West has insecurities, uh, that he'll have everything that he needs to do the job, but he may not succeed, and he's just maybe afraid of failing. At the same time, we see Magic Johnson in Lansing, Michigan, and he is leaving his home, his family. They all sending him off. It's a nice, they're just a down home, sweet family. Um, his mom, she told him not to forget who he is or where he comes from. He seems just to really love, they just seem to love one another. They seem like a real tight-knit family. And they call him EJ. And I know that's what Magic calls his son, EJ. So that was the name that Magic had. I didn't know that. Uh, when Magic does get to town, he is hanging out with Norm Nixon. Norm takes him to get his clothes, a tailored suit for a premiere that he's going to attend. Norm Nixon was in a movie. I didn't know Norm Nixon was in a movie. And Norm is just making fun of Magic. He's calling his clothes repugnant. He says his looks like his hair, his barber, it looks like Ray Charles cut his hair. And he's also telling him about that forward position that he thinks he's come to the Lakers to play. And that's um, that's Norm's position. And he's telling Magic, you need to check with Dr. Jerry Buss to see if that is really your position, because you've been misled. And the thing is, it was Jerry West that didn't want Magic in that forward position, but I don't think at this time the guys know that Jerry quit. So whatever Jerry may have said is not going to happen. Maybe Norm will be the one who we left out of that position. But the way Norm just treated Magic, it was just so, uh, it was kind of sad. Um, he took him to a tailor. He got a suit made. Quite honestly, I mean, they both look like they came out of the 70s. It was just, those clothes were just, they were just a joke. But anyway, Norm calls Magic a bumpkin. He's just making fun of him. Magic thinks he looks nice. Um, there's nothing wrong with his clothes. When they go out, they see superstars at the premiere, and he tells Magic's excited. He's always got that grin. He's just happy all the time. Norm tells Magic to stay cool as a fan because he's just acting like a groupie, and you can't act like it. You got to be cool at all times. And they see Bill Cosby. Magic sees Bill Cosby coming out, and all the cameras are flashing at him. And wow, it's just interesting how Bill Cosby was a big thing back then. Times have changed. So they go to the movie premiere, and they're on the step and repeat, and they're taking pictures and whatnot. But when they get into the movie, when they're playing the movie, and Norm is cut out of the movie, apparently it looks like they said they made a comment that just only the back of his head was showing. He acts so cool when he got cut out the movie. At the time, somebody came up to Magic, some like pimp dude, gave Magic some card, and it was to get into some whorehouse, it looked like. And Magic is just wilding out with the girls there. I guess they had to give you a peek of possibly what his life was like with the ladies. They got him in a lot of, a situation. So they made sure to show a bit of that. At the same time, they played him talking to his mother, but they're showing clips of him in the whorehouse, and his mother's getting ready for church, and she asked him if he's founded, like a church home, and he says, "Oh yeah," and they lay hands on me, and they show clips of the Magic in the whorehouse with all the girls. Oh, that was cute. Another thing they showed Magic with Cookie, not with her, but calling her. Looks like he stays in contact with her while she's away in college. He gives, he's calling her, talking on the phone. So I wonder how long that type of relationship lasts between them as just being friends. We see Jerry Buss. The only thing exciting in this in this episode were the scenes with Magic, and the scenes with Norm, and the scenes with Jerry Buss. Everything else, it was kind of boring. But Jerry Buss, they showed him combing his hair, and he almost does like a wrap around his head because he's bald in the front and he has a lot of hair in the back, and he's doing this comb over with the hairspray to make it look like he has hair in the front. It was just so creative. Uh, it was just one wildly creative comb over. Um, but I think he was self-conscious of his hair. Back then, a lot of people didn't go bald, especially white guys, and I guess it just made him look older, and they just tried to hang on to every strand of hair back then. Um, we see in this episode a lot of things with Pat Riley. They played a lot about him, but quite honestly, he was boring. The guy that plays him, Adrian Brody, to me, I didn't think he looked like Pat Riley. Pat Riley, I remember being handsome. This guy just looked like he looked homeless. He looked disheveled. I don't know. I hope they do better by Pat. I don't remember him like that. He always looked nice in a suit, but maybe there'll be a transformation because right now this guy is a total mess. Um, and he had looks like Pat Riley, I guess he has some issues, uh, I guess, hanging up his professional career. Maybe that's half his issue. But it just, so far, this episode with him, it wasn't that interesting. Though I was interested to learn that his dad, Leon Riley, was a professional baseball player and a manager in the minors. That was interesting. That was the most interesting thing. Everything else, I was kind of bored with him. Another thing we saw is when Jerry West quit being a coach for the Lakers. Jerry Buss was trying to get a new coach, and he was getting this guy. What is his name? His name was Jerry Tartanium or uh, Tarkanian, and he was negotiating a deal, and one of the people in in helping with the negotiation, Vic Weiss, was killed and found it dead in his trunk of his car. And I guess that has maybe had something to do with um, this Jerry guy, another Jerry, not coming as the coach of the Lakers. But that was interesting, and I looked it up, and I guess it is true. This guy was going to be the coach, but the guy helping with the negotiations was found dead in his car. Oof. My God, the Lakers have a story. It's a real soap opera. Uh, what happened with the rise of this dynasty? Interesting. I'm learning a lot. It wasn't that exciting, but I did learn a lot of interesting facts surrounding the Lakers. That's it for now. I'll be back next week with episode 4 review. If you wouldn't mind, like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Livin' to Do. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Bye.